Huh?
Okay, hello everybody. Welcome to our. I lost the track now. This is kind of the the session on the BDB. I don't know, number 5, number 6, number 7. Anyway, today we do have one of our amazing speaker, Anna. She's of course I know her for years. She used to be at UWS as a PhD student, and she was a student rep, and she was she was in the same situation as you guys. So I will not talk too much about her. I will let her introduce herself, and then we'll kick start. And of course, you can share the screen and we can start now. So the floor is yours, Anna.
Okay, just to see if you can see the screen. Can you see the screen? Can you see the slides? Can you see?
Yes.
Yes, okay, great. Fantastic. So welcome to this session, everybody. So I think you are in a really good university, doing a really good path, working and doing, writing, reading, everything about PhD. Today, I just talk about how to develop your network during your PhD journey, that it's really important. As Abby said before, Abby was part of my career doing PhD. We working lots of areas together. It was fantastic. I have lots of pictures from Ravi from 2019. If I back in the past, it's great. So I'm really excited because I received lots of support, and then I think it's really important for you to build this community research. To know how can you improve. It's not just about network outside of your walls or online, but also internally. How can you develop? So I will give you a little bit some explanation. I will not talk too much about me now because I will introduce myself in depth, like in more details during the time of this presentation to make like a hope that sense of the things that I will talk about, okay? So I'm lecturing strategy and sustainability in the Napier University. And then I think you deserve to see this picture because sooner you will be joined to be graduated. So this workshop today will talk about your personal brand because first, before you build your network, I think it's really important to understand what personal brand means. Create your brand statement, how to develop your network, understand your audience because it's really important. Who you want to build, what's the persons, the people, the groups, whatever individuals that you want to join in the group, and using your brand with your network. So, and here we have this Vita research development that it's really important if you are aware or don't know about this yet. So please have a look in this professional development framework that it's for you that's doing PhD. And then today I will cover about the domain D. As you can see, we have 4 domains here. And then one of the most important in building your network, it's about the domain D, okay? That talk about engagement, influence, and impact. So to build this network, it's important to build your skills. And skills means collaboration, communication, and then one of the importance in this process is how to provide and work with others, but engage and then impact how your research will communicate to the others and what this will be in the process of doing PhD, okay? And then all the elements that I covered here today will be based on this domain D, okay? Engagement, influence, and impact. So, and here, what do you mean by brand? Okay, we have lots of words, strong words that you can see here. It's about identity, it's about trust because you need to be honest, perception, what the others see about you, clarity, consistent, At some point, logo it's more related with a product, but you need to have at least a motto that can drive you during this time of building your brand and your network. So personal branding that you can see here, most of you maybe know about each of them. And then they have a motto word. Each one of them is a strong personality, and then provide clarity what they think about the phenomenon or the field that they are doing at the moment. Oprah, it's the interviewer, so you know how strong she is in terms of the trustness, the politeness, and then sometimes she needs to be strong enough to deal with process. So what is your personal brand? So this is really important to understand first about you, and then what do you want to build in this process, and how can you provide for the others who you are, and then what do you want to achieve, what's the importance in doing this research that you are doing at the moment, okay? See, if you wanted to ask questions, please feel free just to hand your, I think you have the button here. I'm not familiar with Zoom because I'm just using Microsoft Teams, but I'm sure that I can see your hands up, okay? So what's your personal brand? Your brand, it's what people say about you when you are not in the room, okay? This is from CEO, the Jeff Amazon said that it's really important the other people can say about you. Of course, sometimes you needed to provide more information, and then how can you provide this information? Again, how can you communicate and engage with your audience? So to understand yourself, you need to understand your audience. So who you want to achieve. I think this is the most important. For example, in my career, when I started as a PhD, I have lots of groups that was exposed to me to say, maybe you can join in this group or the other group, or I'll tell about more the groups that I'm talking about later on in these slides. But you need to understand that what's the most important that you can start to build in this process. You can join as much as you can, but you need to feed them. And then this is really important. How can you provide this synergy together, okay? When it comes to the personal branding, you are the product, okay? So think about that your research as a product is a kind of product, and you needed to provide information about that, okay? As you know, we are face-to-face and versus online. So before this time was really, I think, much easier to share experience, to shake hands, to say, hello, I'm here, I'm a person that's doing this kind of research, but now it's everything is online. I have been participated in conferences last year online that I found really difficult because the engagement, the connections with people was really difficult because you have the rules, you have, to navigate in somewhere areas, and then you have just the chat box to engage with someone. And of course, face to face, it's much more easy to, at least to exchange your card, just to say, see, this is my card, this is my contact, things like that. When I started my PhD in 2015, I had these kind of like workshops provided. And then it was really interesting to see the way that was delivered in terms of how can you present yourself, how can you present your research, but also yourself in terms of I'm doing things that it's really important for the ABC groups or community of the world. And as I'm working sustainability, it's really important to make sure that the audience will understand what they want to say about. Online is really important that I talk about footprint, digital footprint that you need to build. and then you need to enhance during this time. I don't think that the world will change again for face-to-face completely. As we know, we have lots of challenges in this process of COVID, and then lots of variants came, and then I think we needed to be hybrid at some point. We needed to be able to cope with both situations, and then be able to join the digital community in a good presence, in a good way. Okay, so again, first impressions, we will never get a second chance to make a first impression. So even online, depends on the situation that you are, you need to be aware that your presence, your attitude will be there for the first time. And then it's really important to think about that. And then I'll talk about more in terms of platforms, social medias. Where did you join? How can you join? And what's the importance of them? Okay. So this is the video. I hope that you can watch. It's just 2-3 minutes in terms of the presence. What this is important. Let's see if I can. Yes, it's working. Hope it is kind of working. No. Let's see if I can back again and play. Yeah.
Be arrogant.
Stop showing off.
Nobody likes a bragger.
That's not quite right. Here are the experts to tell us why. So, what is self-promotion?
Self-promotion is about educating the relevant people about skills and value that you can bring to the organization.
So people can make the best possible choice in terms of recruiting you and knowing that you're the best person for the job.
Self-promotion is a process, looking at what it is you do every day, analyzing the skills you have, what you do, and using them to further yourself.
The research is emphatic. It's absolutely essential, fundamental to succeeding in careers.
Why is self-promotion hard?
One of the biggest misconceptions around self-promotion is that it's to brag. So if you look up the word self-promotion, the first thing that comes up is the action of promoting or publicizing oneself or one's action, especially in a forceful way.
Universally, lots of people fear self-promotion. And clients often tell me they hear a parental voice saying, don't show off. And culturally, some people find it really difficult to show off and promote themselves.
People really struggle with self-promotion primarily because it makes them feel really icky. Fantastic studies have looked into what happens if you give people a different reason for why they feel uncomfortable. As soon as people can assign that uncomfortable feeling to something other than the act of self-promotion, they're much, much better at doing it.
Why is self-promotion important?
Less than 10% of people that apply for jobs actually get an interview.
Imagine if there are 10 people, all as competent and capable as you. You need to have that added extra that makes you stand out. And that's really where self-promotion comes in.
We know that about 85% of roles are fulfilled through networking, and the ability to talk confidently about your skills to a group of people who you're networking with is obviously essential. Studies have shown that being able to self-promote not only is more likely to secure you the job, but it's more likely to secure you a job that you will really thrive at. The more accurate you're able to be about your talents and your qualities and your past achievements, the more able the person that you're interacting with is to make the right decision about you.
Self-promotion can help you reveal your untapped potential. You'll see it really works.
What if actually self-promotion could be something else than just bragging or being narcissistic or self-centered, and actually could be a way of sharing and giving back?
Okay, so the next one, it's about, what is my slides here? Okay, so, okay. So, and then you have as the video showed up, it's about how can you self-promote yourself, but to build your network during this process. These are skills that you need to build. It's not for example, you say, okay, by tomorrow, I started to build my network, started to self-promote it myself, whatever. No, this is a process, it's a journey. You needed to just start from the beginning. Where do you want to achieve? Like I said, which groups do you want to join, to be member, and then start to build in this relationship. Ask questions about what you can do. For example, when I started in 2015, so I decided to join ISBE, the Institute of Small Business. And then I said, I think it's better because my research was in small businesses. And then I say, I think it's important to join this group because it's really important to me to understand the culture, what's the cultural aspect in this process, what's the track that I can participate. And then before I send anything abstract, whatever, to participate in conference, I've been working a volunteer. So as a volunteer, I've been working to help the conference process. And then it was fantastic for me because I could see the way that this is working. I could like make friends and then connect with everybody in that ISBE. So, and then today I am a member, and then I working lots with ISBE in so many areas, but this is a starting process. And then how can you create your brand statement? I have my brand statement. I will show you in the next slides. So, and then it's really important. So at least you can write 3 or 4 sentences and say, what is my strengths? What's the identification that I have so far? What's kind of evidence that can someone say about me? And then I can prove that this is my life. Okay, I will show my example and then maybe can inspire you to think about how can you build this process. And how could you use this statement in so many areas, okay? So always when I present and I give a talk or whatever, I just say, this is my motto, okay? And then, and not just in education, but if you think about industry that I worked before, in industry, we needed to have like this brand statement, who you are, okay? And then really important. And then this is make more impact when you start this networking with people, okay? How do you manage your brand? So we have online presence, that it's the most important nowadays. So you know that you need to find out your platform, that it's really important. I'll talk a little bit more. Proof evidence, how can you provide these evidences that you are impact and you are engaging, okay? And then style and appearance. So this is really important to make sure that you present yourself for the, like, to be honest and trust in this in the style. So your digital footprint. Think about go online and post images, personal information, and much more. I personally use just Facebook for my like public, that it's a private, like family, friends that I have in my country. I sometimes put something in Facebook about works, but I put just in Twitter. This is that I really want to. I decided to work with the Twitter professionally, so I work with Twitter and LinkedIn as well. So both platforms are fantastic. I will talk a little bit more about the importance that you can be authentic, okay, as much as possible. Employers, and then in this case here, as you know, your audience regularly conduct searches to see who you are, okay? And then be aware what you post and share, okay, and respond. So sometimes it's really important to be engaged with some discussions, but sometimes it's important to be careful what you are saying about, okay? This is my okay, presentation like who I am. So I've been working for 7 years in higher education, but before that I was working in industry before. I came from this beautiful place, Brazil, okay, to join UWS in 2013. And then I started my MBA here, and it was fantastic. I received lots of knowledge, friends, and then I built my second career because I was in industry, and then didn't never think before that I could join academia in some point in my life. But when I finished my MBA, I received a really good comment, feedback. I published my MBA, and then I joined this beautiful journey, PhD. I say beautiful because can help you to build lots of skills and lots of things that you can not imagine. When you finish, you realize how was really good. So as you can see, beautiful place. Of course, football, it's my, passion. And then my motto word here, it's imagine, believe, and achieve. To be honest, I think when the time that I was at UWS, these motto words was not in UWS at that time, and then was developed after. And then I realized that how these strong words are important, okay? And this was me. I'm a person that I'm a believer. I want to achieve, and then I can always be innovative, think about process and then ways to go. My digital footprint, it's here. You can see, you can find me in Twitter, in academic.edu, academic research gate. Of course, this platform is needed to be feeded, okay? It's really important to have a look and then add everything that you have so far. If you present conferences, put there. If you have present abstract, you need to feed there. You need to always keep engaged, okay? I am a person that I needed to do this a little bit more in academic.edu in ResearchGate. But for the starting process in the career, it's really important, okay? LinkedIn, please, you need to have a look in this process. If you don't have yet LinkedIn, do that. It's a platform that you can share experiences with others, academics, and then others, industry, and then your research will be really important to discuss there. I'm a fellow in higher education. I decided to join BAM in after 2016, after ISBE, and then after this, when I published my MBA, I joined the AMID, so Association of Education. Now I am a young professional in the UK in Council of Supply Chain Management Professionals, and work with the Center of Engineering Education Development because I'm a program leader in strategic project management and engineering management at Napier University. So in this create my brand statement, imagine, believe, and achieve, I have lots of philosophical identity that it came from academia, and then really important that you can build up this process, okay? So, time to reflect. How confident do you feel about your digital footprint? I really want to see the numbers in the chat, if you can put. If you're not think that you are confident enough, put number 6. If you think that it's really important, you are okay, you know everything, put 1, or if not, decide between 2, 3, 4, or 5. Just 1 minute if you wanted to just send something in the chat, it would be fantastic. Then I can see that you are there, and then I can see you. Okay, fantastic. 4, 3, 3, probably 2. Fantastic, Rachel. 4, wow, okay. 4, 3, fantastic, good. Well done. Engage, guys. Yes. Yes, so this is good. Okay, so if you still, I think I'm like the same, I'm a 4, depend on the situation, because I think this is really important, your audience. If my audience was like people that I know, maybe I'm feeling more confident, and then my digital footprint, it's fantastic, but this is not a static process that you can just put there and leave. No, it's building. Every month, it's like sometimes I'm saying that it's like a virus, like a variant that you needed to build every day, something that you needed to put some elements. But fantastic. I think you know that it's not a perfect, but we needed to grow. Okay, thank you. And then now we'll talk about network. This is the part of the communication, okay, in that framework. So how can you connect? How can you establish relationships? How can you be genuine in this process? And then how can you engage and then participate in events? Network, it's about create, connect, inspire, and share, okay? Network, you need to understand that it's not a kind of one way, it's a two-way, okay? This, you need to giving and receive back. It's like a way that you need to work together, okay? Work with others. This is the most important. So as I said before, LinkedIn is in my opinion, it's the best platform that you need to look at if you don't have yet. You can share content, you can engage with professional networks that I have so far in so many areas. So you need to understand the support that you need, because LinkedIn have lots of support, have lots of free workshops that you can be engaged, and then you can learn a little bit more. And then just to let you know that more than 75 millions of LinkedIn users around the world, okay? This is the massive and impact platform. So it's around the world, okay? So you need to think about careful, how can you share your profile in this platform? So, and why LinkedIn? Because you can build your brand there, you can make professionalized connections, you can gain industry experience, you can access a global network, you can showcase your experience, you can get endorsed. This is the most important, because in LinkedIn you can ask for referral, and then people will write about you, and then you have this there, okay? In the CV, when you write your CV, you can put the log that you have so far, and then you can send, everybody can see. So it's a kind of online CV extra information, okay, that you can, it's a really good opportunity. And then you can grow your network there as well. I have worked during the time of my career in this process, in this platform, and it was really good. So, but also you have other platforms, like I say, you have Twitter. Twitter I really use to see what's the opportunities that we have so far. For example, as a volunteer in some trustees, I can see what happens and then I can apply for. But you have Facebook, and then you have others that you can think about. How can you build this network? Your online presence should be professional, consistent, clear, positive, proactive, and then don't forget that it's the most important in terms of authentic, okay? Put real pictures, put real context, what you want to present. It's really important. And then some areas that you are doing research, if you put some critical analysis or some questions there to provoke the debate, it's really important. Maybe can help you to add more information or reflect a little bit more what you are doing. And then you can build your network in terms of other academics. This is my online presence. This is my LinkedIn, my Twitter, and then the operational research that I will talk next week about empowering business, embrace sustainability. So this is the footprint that people taking from me and then put there. Of course, LinkedIn and then Twitter, I feed this process. But the others, for example, in operational research, they took pictures and then elements that I have so far and then build the profile. This is really important, okay? Understand your audience, so who you want to achieve in this process. And then be inspired by, okay? This is my inspiration. So I have these 3 lovely people from business school or creativity school now, I don't know. So changed. So they have inspired me to build this process, okay? Share your knowledge, share your expectation. It's really important to have this conversation with supervisors, okay? Sandro was my director, Mohamed and Moira helped me a lot in this process. I think it's really important to build this community, this context with your supervisors in terms of what do you want and then your expectations, what do you want which kind of groups it's important for you. Maybe it's a kind of element that they can help you to build, okay? And don't forget that we have this professional behavior surround us. As a researcher, you have this professional behavior, and then you need to understand your university itself, where you are working, because as a researcher you are working. Sometimes it's difficult because as a student, sometimes we forgot that we are research, but you are doing research. And then you are a researcher. So you need to understand your emotions, your language, your time, be accountable, okay, what you are doing. This is part of the network because, as I said before, your network is not just for the social media platform or for the external, but internally as well. So who you are working in, the group that you are as a PhD, it's really important to connect with them because sometimes the field can be different, but the methodology not. Maybe you can share experience and then this is enhancing your skills, okay? And ask for feedback. So this is really important. Sometimes in your group, so when I was in UWS, we have a really good group that work together. Always we are connected. We ask for feedback in each other, you know. It's not a kind of, okay, you are doing, you do this. No, we are together. We need to finish, we need to complete, let's go. And then build this process. It's really important. And you can improve your skills and then can start your network. Today, all the colleagues that I worked together in my PhD, it's still my friends, and then we're still working together in so many areas. Was fantastic. Okay, I really recommend you to be the catalyst or to work together in this process. Something to reflect on. So this is really important. Are your online profiles up to date? As I said before, feed them. Do you post regularly and consistently? Think about that. When you post online, what do you say about? And are you controversial or inappropriate? Think about who you read that, okay? And then, as I said, we don't have more privacy. We have everything public. Everything that you put in Facebook, whatever, in whatever platform, everyone can see. It's not more like you cannot delete, because once you put on, it's gone, okay? You can delete for yourself, but these data will be available for long, long days. Maintain your professional online visual image, important, and then digital presentation, okay? So Now, I just give you a metaphor of these skimming stones, just to reflect a little bit in terms of where you are, maybe what you are doing. You are like this kind of rock that have lots of things to do. You have lots of commitments, deadlines, and then stress time about COVID, whatever. And then you are here with massive responsibilities. But if you try to breaking down these and then prepare your small little hawks and then structure this process, you can see a big picture, a picture that it's your, maybe your project. And then this project will not be perfect, but they will be like that at the end, as a precious rock, a precious stone. And then after that, maybe you can publish, okay? Or maybe can work with others, and then can be part of the community. Or you will be part of the community during this time that you are working through your small stones. Don't be afraid, don't be in panic. You will get there, okay? Your doctoral journey, it's like a perfect plan. You always start to say everything could be fine, but the reality, it's not. And then it's fine. It's a part of building skills, okay? And then your network will help you to go up and down most of the times. And then you achieve this because you have a really good support. I'm sure that can help you to do that. So use a few sites that you can work to understand a little bit more. How can you prepare your network or footprint, whatever. You have here these sites about me, WordPress. Other thing that it's really important that I forgot to mention, it's about your own blog, okay? Prepare your homepage, your own page. I have mine ones, I didn't feed enough yet. I need to work a little bit more, but I have mine. And then it's really important to put your, things that you have written, things that you are working through, maybe chapters, maybe books, recommendations of the other authors. Prepare this, this page, your own page. It's really important. And the WordPress, it's really important to, it's a free, and you can have one there, okay? Then other resources that it's really important. So think about Forbes. Forbes, it's really good to think about personal branding, the Google Digital Garage. So we have Careers Hub. You have Careers Hub in your university. Please ask them to help you, to contact people, enterprise research as well. So I think it's really important. And then be connected, like I said, not just outside, but inside in your university as well. And a big thank you in all languages, because I think it's really important to have like this multicultural environment. In my language, thank you, it's obrigado. And I'm sure that you can find out your language if you are not from UK.
I can't find it in Arabic, Anna.
Arabic? You don't have any Arabic?
No, it's not in Arabic here. But anyway, I will keep trying. I will keep trying.
Oh,
thank you. Yeah, that's fine. That's absolutely fine. It might be there. I'm not sure.
So next time I will make sure that I have.
Yeah, I really need to look, and definitely I will find it. Yeah.
It's not in the middle. The Surika. Yeah, I think so.
No.
Okay. So now I'm able to answer questions.
Thank you very, 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 very much. Anna, can you stop sharing the screen, please?
Yes, of course. Okay.
Yeah, that's amazing. To be very honest, I learned a lot today. I should work on how to brand yourself. It's really, really very interesting. Very, very, very interesting. Can I ask you to email me with these slides? I think I
Yes.
put some kind of request for that and the recording as well. Guys, if you have any questions for Anna, here she is. You can ask her any question. I do have a question actually, Anna. How did you find the time to do all of this in the middle of teaching?
Yeah, this is a good question, Abby. To be honest, I think during the time of my PhD, I think the first 2 years was the most difficult time because I worked as an associate lecturer and doing PhD and building my network. Was really difficult, but everything that I have done contributed to the end, you know. So when I was during these 2 years, I've been working with some business locally in Paisley, so to collect data. And then was another element that I was put myself to do. Of course, we cannot sleep. That this is the way that we need to understand. We need, it's a sacrifice at some point. You need to sacrifice some things in your life doing a project like that, but we'll pay it off. So we need to understand that this is, we'll have the final end. And then when this happens, you have your success, because by that time, it's just transpiration. You needed to put all the effort. Yeah,
that's absolutely fine. Thank you very, very much. Any questions, guys? We still have, I think, less than 10 minutes. Any questions at all?
I think Shelley said that last year it was a 1, but this year a 3. Okay. So
that's good.
Yeah, this is really good. Can you share your experience about what happens that you was like in 1 and then after that increased to 3? I think Shelley is still here. No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
If you can share experience, I think it is really important.
Yeah, it is. It is.
I have realized that I needed to separate my personal and professional. It was fantastic.
Oh yeah, I've realized that I need to separate my personal and the professional. Oh yeah, that's very good. Yeah. I think honestly, I have started to do the same. Not started. I'm very restricted with Facebook to be with friends. I do have some people on the Facebook from work, but it's only because I know them and kind of friendship. I don't post anything about work in Facebook. This is why sometimes when somebody invites you for research seminars, etc., they send you a Facebook request. I always reject that, because yes, you can contact me on LinkedIn. I accept them. You can follow me on Twitter or whatever. I'm not that good in Twitter. But absolutely very, very good point you raised, Rachel, here, that discriminating your personal with the away from the professional is a very, very good thing, because sometimes when you are working hard, you arrive to the point that you really need to switch off, and if you put everything together, you will not be able to switch off. Exactly. So yeah, very good point. Very good point.
I agree, Leandro. I think this is really important, because at some point it's not the way that you are feeding platform, but you're receiving this as well.
Yeah.
Then
absolutely.
The time that we spend to look at all these, it's a massive. So
I know. So creating the thing for the first time takes for the first ever time takes some time, but once it's there. But just to find the time, and I think PhD students, you are so lucky, because when you find the job after you finish, you will have no time to do all these things.
No, exactly. Yes.
So
that's my problem now. So I needed to start to feed again my research gate that
I know.
And then my academia.edu. So I just published a paper now, but I have lots of other things, conference abstract, and then I didn't put there, and I say,
I think now, because I put everything on of course, on Pure. And this is another thing, guys, you have to put everything on Pure on the university, because, you know, linking this to not ResearchGate, what's it called? It's not a ResearchGate, research ID, or I can't really remember. It will be linked to Pure now. So once you put it in Pure, it will be linked to the research ID, or what I lost the track now. But very difficult to kind of, you know, put everything, because I know people that they are using all of them, and when they receive a paper, they put it straight away in all of these at the same time. But of course, it's very hectic all the time. But anyway.
Yeah, I think each university we have like this connection. For example, here is work tribe that can connect to the ResearchGate. So I think Shelly sent a message, what she needs to put in her blog, that she started and then she realized that needs to be more quite academic. I recommend you to put like what you are investigate, what you are doing or research. Put some books, put some, you know, others, comments from others, authors, or from others, researchers as well. Connect the other bloggers and say, see, I'm doing my blog, and then I wanted to use maybe your, you know, thoughts, your ideas, or your, and then connect. This is really important, you know. For example, when I was creating my my framework of the CSR, corporate social responsibility, that I said that the pyramids, it's not working at this stage for small businesses, I contact my supervisor said, Anna, send an email to Carol. This is the founder of the CSR in terms of pyramids and whatever. Contact him and ask him what he understood about your framework and his framework. He maybe will say nothing, but if he said something, it would be great as well. So I sent a message to him, and it was fantastic because he gave me a lecture about that. And then I used some of these elements in my research. So don't be afraid to contact people. Yeah. You know that you are the person that are doing research, and then to investigate means to interview, to ask questions, to ask feedback. This is really important.
Any other questions requires, guys?
Okay, thank you. So everybody, all the students, the PhD are here in the UK or outside?
I think people who are attending today are all here in the UK.
Okay, good.
Yeah. So yeah, okay. Thank you very much. Before we finish, can you please just answer this kind of a little poll for as usual, if you don't mind, guys? Thank you. Okay. Thank you. So all the results is 100%, you know, happy and satisfied with your session, Anna. So thank you very much. Okay. Thank you very much for this, and hopefully, I'm not really sure whether there is any session next week. I need to check, and I will drop you an email by the beginning of next week as usual. Thank you very much, Anna. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you. Bye-bye. 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 Take care. Bye-bye.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.